episode of the Ghana's in Africa podcast. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. And you had a fantastic break from Arsenal for the past 2 weeks. And hoping your country qualified for the World Cup. My country qualified for the World Cup for the first time since we hosted the best ever FIFA World Cup in 2010. So looking forward to next year's World Cup in the Americas, in Mexico, Canada, and the USA. We took a break, I took a bit of a break. I usually take a break during the international break. I don't watch much football. I don't engage too much football content. So I enjoy that space. I hope you enjoyed and you're safe. So much is happening in the world. Yeah, the Premier League is back. Club football is back, and we play away at Craven Cottage against Fulham. We haven't beaten them since I think we wore this jersey at their place. We've beat them at the Emirates in April, but the last 2 seasons, I think our game there last season we drew them 1-1, and then they beat us. The season before and the season before we beat them. I remember that game. I think Trossard had 3 assists in the game. I think Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka scored in that game. We were fantastic. I think I saw some of the highlights of the game. We were fantastic. We played some of the best football we've played in a long time that day. Granit Xhaka was in midfield that day, I think. I remember thinking we had a wonderful day that day. But anyway, I feel like people have sort of maybe sort of calling Fulham a bogey team for us. Maybe they are, because we've struggled a bit with them. I think for me, it's that we don't get result when it's very important. I remember the 23-24, the same season as this one, where we drew at home against them, where they were down to 10 men. We drew them with them. I think it was 2-2. Hincapie scored in that game, I think, not sure. But yeah, we drew with them. But yeah, anyway, we've been taking names this season. I think Old Trafford against United, and then went to Newcastle and won there. West Ham, another one. Olympiacos in the Champions League, another one. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about the international break. Some of our players have done well. Most of them scoring a lot of goals. Martinelli and Gabriel scored for Brazil. Saka scored for England. Eze scored as well. Trossard scored for Belgium. I know Max Diamond scored for the England under 19s. So, and then the scoring machine, Merino scored twice for Spain again this season, this international break. And I think Ethan provided an assist, 2 assists for England under 21s. Yeah, man, it's been a fantastic international break for our players, and we didn't get any injuries in the international break, so which is good news for us. Declan Rice, captain England, which is fantastic for him. Yeah, man, it was a fantastic break. Hope that positivity continues. Some players, I think Sweden didn't qualify. They won't qualify for the World Cup because and Victor Gyökeres is still struggling to get a goal. In others, yeah, man, it was a fantastic international break for our players, and I hope they continue the momentum from the last time we played in the Premier League and continue again, and some of the performances continue into the Premier League. In our games, my son is knocking at the door. Sorry about that. He wants to get in the room, play with me. So it's a 2-year-old son. So, but anyway, let's continue. In terms of injuries, we had the news of Odegaard being out with the MCL. We had that before the international break. And then Mikel, in his conference today, said it's not as bad. We can expect a few weeks, which is better news than what we would expected from the injury. Piero Hincapie is back with the squad and available to play. It's fantastic, adding into the left back position again. And then Havertz and Madueke are close to coming back, which is good news, and it's quite positive considering where we're going. I think we have like I think 6 games until the next international break, and hopefully most of the players will be back after the November international break, and then we'll have a run of games going to January and over Christmas period, which is usually tough. Yeah, man. Before we talk about Fulham, I think we should talk about those games, the next 6 games that we have. It's quite, I think we play every 3 days, 3-4 days, because we play weekend, midweek, play Champions League, Carabao Cup, Premier League, and the next we've got Fulham first. Fulham first away from home. We've got Atletico Madrid next week in the Champions League, which is at home, and then we play Palace following Sunday. We're in great form, but they lost their last game. Atleti started their season very well, and we play Palace at home, and then we play Brighton at home in the Carabao Cup, which is an interesting tie as well. An opportunity also to give some of the players who haven't played, probably would have even played, an opportunity to rotate the squad again. That game. And after that, we have Burnley away in the Premier League, and in the Champions League the following Tuesday will be away to Slavia Prague, and then our last game before the November internationals will be away at Sunderland. I'm meeting our friend Granny Xhaka there. They've been doing well, Sunderland, since they come up. I think this will be an opportunity for Mikel to rotate some of his squad in terms of managing some of his key players. We've seen him already this season. He's been rotating quite a lot of his players. Some have played more minutes, like Gyökeres and probably Zubimendi as well. They played Gyökeres mainly because he hasn't had cover, and we probably want him to get a goal in some of these games, especially in the last 3 games before the break, which is Newcastle, Olympiacos and West Ham. I felt like, especially in the West Ham game, you could see he's played a lot of football. We were struggling a bit. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity to rotate him in Merino. And early injuries to Odegaard in that game maybe has affected that. Maybe he was going to put Merino up top in that game. But yeah, anyway, I think it's an opportunity as well. In the league, we have 12 points to play for. Hopefully we get all 12 points. And then the Champions League, we have 6 points, and then the Carabao Cup. It's an opportunity for Mikel to change his team and manage the squad, give opportunities to Hincapie, Christian Odegaard, who hasn't played a lot as well, Ethan Nwaneri, Max Dowman, those players. And we've seen likes of Christian Mosquera getting a lot of minutes, which is good, managing and rotating the centre-back partnerships. Hopefully Ben White stays fit as well to sort of rest, to switch up with Julian Timber, to rotate with him, and also help manage our key players. And then Bukayo Saka with Max Dowman as well can help there. Martinelli has been really banging, looking for a start, but that will help again this game. The next few games will help with that in terms of rotating position. Trossard has been starting a lot of our games lately. And then losing Odegaard will maybe change the 10 position or 8 position with Eze, Ethan Nwaneri, even Mikel Merino as well. And yeah, man, there's an opportunity there for squad management, managing minutes. Hopefully we don't get any more injuries. And by the time we get through the international break, we can have people back. Odegaard, Madueke, Havertz, that will be very important. Even Jesus probably will come back in January. So it's an opportunity to rotate the squad, collect as much points as possible, and sort of an opportunity also to separate ourselves from the rest. So Liverpool are playing United this weekend. It's a big game for them. Hopefully we they drop points, and we get points, and we'll extend the lead to 4 points in that regard. But yeah, I think they have a tough run compared to our run, but we still need to play the games and win them. So it's an opportunity for the team to collect points, to build momentum, and then collect as much points as possible. And when we get more numbers, especially in the December-January period where everything it's winter, we've got suspension and red cards and fatigue, but this time it's more about managing it, and then when you get to March, April, where the league, the titles are won, we have a fit squad and people who are ready to play. Then going into the Fulham game, they're a very good side at home. In their last 5 games, they won 2 of their home games and lost all 3 their away games. And they lost they lost their last 2 to Villa and Bournemouth. I was watching the Bournemouth game. I think they were leading, and then Bournemouth came back in that game. It was a good game though, but I felt like they faded away in the last 20 minutes of that game. 15-20 minutes of that game. They're a good team at home. They play well with their crowd, and the teams they played at home was Leeds and Brentford. Good, sort of good teams in the Premier League as well. They've been good this season. I think again, the former Hell End boys, the Iwobi, I think he's been having a good season for them. Smith-Rowe hasn't been starting. He's been starting from the bench and he's been contributing. Remember him scoring, I think, a late goal against United as well. A young kid who's playing ahead of him, I think Josh King is coming from their academy, I think. Their defense of Bassi and I think the Danish guy who plays centre back with him. They've got Anthony Robinson at left back. They will Tete at right back, or Castagne at right back in midfield. Sasa Lukic, I think he was injured, it was a doubt. With the last of Chikwueze as well, I think he was injured. Was playing for Nigeria in an international break. What are their players again? Forget some of their players, but yeah, they've been playing well. Muniz, good forward as well. Good side. I think they're one of the sides that I really enjoy watching. Makosova, I think, is a good coach for those type of clubs. He's been doing a great job at Fulham. They're a very big threat. They impose a big threat. They can, on their day, they can really, really put in a great performance with great intensity in how they play, which means we need to be ready, well prepared, and then go there and win the game. And for Arsenal, as mentioned, some of the injuries we're missing, but we still have a strong squad. I think we need to be there playing on the front foot from the first minutes, similar to what we did at Newcastle, on the front foot, dominate, push them back, pin them in their half, take our chances. Last season there, we were dominating the first 20 minutes of the game, and then we considered it a goal out of nowhere with their first chance, Raul Jimenez scoring that. We need to be creating chances and taking them when we start again dominating games. So it's more about, okay, get hold of the game, good position, push them back on their half, keep the crowd quiet, take your chances. So that's what you need to do. And also some of our key players for this game, probably, I think Ricardo Calafiori has been in really good form this season. His contribution to the team has been really good, and the good thing, he's available, he's fit, and when Mikel needed to sit him down, he will sit him down and then come back and he continues on his performance. Great momentum as well. So I think he's going to be one of our key players for this game. In terms of where he positions, it's interesting how he will play. Normally this season, we've seen him sit in the defensive area more this season, or he'll be playing much wider than he usually is. And I saw in the West Ham game, it was different. It was everywhere. His touches towards the right half of the field, and then on top of the box, I think he hit the post against West Ham. It was really typical Ricardo Calafiori. Julian Timber is another one. He's been great from probably the best defender in the league. Probably our player of the season for me, in my opinion. He's been really, really good this season. Defensively and attacking wise, I think he's going to be key as well. And then the relationship with Saka on that right-hand side will be much key. And also, depending on who plays with them in that right-hand port as an 8 or as a 10, either Eze, Nwaneri or Merino. all three of them will be key in how we dominate teams, because now we know we play towards the right hand side. Our key men, we build the game for Saka to head the opposition. So whoever plays in that, Timber, who plays right 8, either Rice, they change things, Rice plays towards the right, or it's as a 10, or Ethan Ora comes in, or Mikel Merino comes in. They need to be key in that position, because that's where we punish teams on the right side. Saka making sure that he isolates his defenders one-on-one, and then there's people making overlaps, making underlaps internally, which Timber is very good at, underlaps on top of the box, making sure he's there to receive the ball, to play 1-2, play Saka in behind, which we've been doing all season when he's been available, even when Madueke was available. And then another key player, we have our midfielders, Rice and Zubimendi. We've seen Zubimendi when he came on against West Ham and how he controlled the game. He sort of allowed us to attack, to move the ball quicker, his ability to play the first time pass, the ball over the top, short passes, longer passes, and then Declan Rice's ability to run box to box and a threat in around the box, and his set pieces as well. And then another player that's key will be Eze. Wherever he plays, it will be very important for us. I think I've seen him, his role in the team, his ability to be in and around the box and getting shots in and around the box. He's been getting a lot of those shots on all our games. I think the last 3 games against Newcastle, Olympiacos, and again against West Ham, is getting shots. Now we need to convert those shots into goals. And I think he can do that because he's a great finisher, better chess. And also his role in terms of combinations and relationships with the team, and especially with Trossard, who will probably be starting on the left. I think those are the key players: Calafiori, Timber, Saka, Eze, and the 2 midfielders, Rice and Zubimendi. Those are our key players. I think the starting even straightforward, continuing from where we left off. Unfortunately, Odegaard is injured. Raya, Timber, Calafiori, Saliba, Gabriel, back 4. And then in midfield, Rice, Zubimendi. And then we have Eze, Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres. Hopefully, Victor Gyökeres gets a goal. I think Fulham defenders like the physical contest, especially Bassi loves a physical contest. It would be interesting how Gyökeres does against them. They are not a team that sits deep a lot, unless we push them to sit deep, because I've seen team push them to sit deep, like City push them to sit deep, Newcastle push them to sit deep. So you won't have an opportunity to run unless you get that opportunity early in the game, where they feel like we're home and you take initiative and play. So yeah, man, I think we can win this game, collect 3 points. I think we can score at least 3 goals against them and keep a clean sheet. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Come on, you Gunners.